Postmates, you give them a call, you get food, whatever you want. Postmates. Everyone, Postmates is honestly a lifesaver for me. I use it every day.
Today he did.
I used it today. I got some salad today from them, but
tender greens.
I got tender greens, delicious steak salad from them, and I rely on this company to get me my food and other things. We've gotten litter from them too. Groceries.
Cat food.
Yeah, it really is. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery system. Whatever you think you can deliver all year round. Did I say it right?
I think you did.
Yeah, no more trips to the store. You don't even have to know where the store is. Postmates will deliver anything to you. Tell them about it.
What? For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app right now and use the code BELLY. That's the code BELLY for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Get anything you need, anytime you need it. Download Postmates and save with the code BELLY.
Postmates.
Enjoy the show.
I have to do vocal extras. Yeah. Okay. Tutu.
I like that one.
You like that?
Tutu.
Well, okay.
I want to copy it.
I understand that, but you're my sidekick and the engineer.
Got it.
And don't out tutu me next time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So do the countdown. I'm ready. All right. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa. Less is more. Just be you. Welcome to another episode of TigerBelly. I am your captain, the Slep King, your emperor. I mean, the one that you follow. I lead, you follow, and vice versa. We've got some beautiful people in the room. What episode is this, George? 180. Okay.
Yep.
Welcome. This is a very exciting episode for me because we have a guest that I've been wanting on this podcast for years. Have we not talked about this guest years ago? When we're like, give me a list. And then we're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get a hold of this guy. He's too rock star-y, but we have him. But my point is, let's start with introducing everyone to the group, the people that are on the boat. We have a crew here. We have the guy that runs the engines in the boat. You know what I mean? He does all the levers. I don't know how boats work.
Coal?
Yeah.
Coal,
but he uses coal to get it revving, right? We got that guy, right? We have this the guy that helps with the side boats. You know how there's side boats on the boat?
The life rafts?
Yeah, I call them side boats.
Side boats.
Yeah. So we got side boat guy, right?
Yeah.
We have the co-captain here,
Love it.
right? She does the navigating. Yeah, like Magellan. Go north. That's what she does. And we got this guy. This guy is you work at the restaurant.
Oh, great.
On the boat. Yeah. You serve
The help.
Yeah.
I'm the
You don't
help.
even have a name.
Okay.
Like the captain wouldn't know your name. He would go, "Hey kid, get me a cappuccino." That's you.
Now go. This is the boat. We don't have that. We don't have cappuccino.
It's a luxury liner.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
cruise ship.
It's a cruise ship.
Run by coal?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's run by coal.
Okay.
Anyway, and so years ago, I'm gonna introduce you. Years ago, I was on a television program that only 9 Mexicans watched. It was called Mad TV. Raul, thank you for watching. Pedro, there's 3 Pedros. Thank you for watching. And during my Mad TV days, I did his, I think he had a radio show that I did. I met him, but I was a big fan before. He had a show called Love Line. He had a big radio show. Everyone knows who he is. And here's what I'm really into manifestation. I really am. I'm into manifestation, and we were talking about who we wanted, and I manifest in my mind. I go, how am I going to get him? And the Comedy Store had a festival. It was called Comedy Store Festival.
Wow, very unique name.
Yeah, it's a very unique name. Yeah, they called it with big fonts, right? And I was at this festival, and it was me. Who was on it? A bunch of people. David Spade, and I was first. And then they go, Dr. Drew is here. He's doing a little side broadcast. I go, what the fuck? I manifest the shit. And I did his thing, and I looked at him, Dr. Drew Pinsky, and I said, can you do my podcast? He said, yes. So I did his, a month ago. I don't know if you know that. Crewman. What's your name?
I don't have a name.
Yeah, that's exactly. and
Cappuccino coming up.
That's
Cappuccino
exactly
coming up.
why you're fucking here, bro.
Yep.
All right.
To have no name.
Yeah. And I want a really deep round of applause to our guest, Dr. Drew Pinsky. Everybody, clap your hands, Dr. Drew.
Oh, I can speak now?
Yeah, you can speak now. Yeah.
I've told do not speak till spoken to.
Yeah.
I had a couple things to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, am I being punked? Is that what's happening?
No.
No.
This is just the way we do it.
Secondly, I didn't know what was happening that day. All of a sudden, I opened my eyes and I was at the comedy festival. I don't know what happened. Somebody manifested me and I just appeared.
See, that's what see?
And
the secret, bro.
The manifesting was just, so I apologize for my voice. I've got a little cold, but the manifesting was just one part. The other part was how hard you had to fight to get me in your podcast. I believe you said, would you come on your podcast?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And how shocked was I?
You were weirdly shocked.
Yeah.
You were absurdly shocked.
I almost sucked his dick. I'm like, should I suck your dick?
You don't even have to do that. I wanted
You're
to be
a married
on your
man.
podcast.
You're a Christian. I get it.
wanted to be on your podcast. Jewish. I wanted to be on your podcast. Jewish. I wanted to be on your podcast.
Are you Jewish? Yeah.
Ish.
Oh, my bad.
Ish.
My bad. That's
Emphasis
my bad.
on the
Pinsky,
ish.
that's right.
Yeah, emphasis on the ish.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Right, so I manifested you there, and it's so
And I
fun.
just showed up there. It's weird.
And you said that you had a cold?
Now.
I have a
gotta-
cold now.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, you manifested it.
No, I didn't manifest. I just think
my
that
cold in you.
I just think that we live similar lives.
Did I?
Of course, you've manifested me. I
Yeah,
don't really
yeah.
exist except in your mind.
well, I
Yeah.
have who manifested my food poisoning?
Oh, you
okay.
got food poisoning. I'm not.
I haven't
listen,
eaten in 2 days.
It may not have been food poisoning because there is a horrible GI virus going around. Starts with vomiting.
Had everything.
And then some diarrhea follows, but mostly it's just you're washed out for 2 days.
Okay,
You're
so we just
washed
got
out.
back from the Philippines, and I thought that maybe it was something that I
Yeah.
had ingested there.
Maybe.
But I actually started getting really sick yesterday, so I don't think it was the Philippines. I
Did
think you're
was
right.
it sudden vomiting?
Oh, it was just sudden everything.
Yeah. That's.
But is it Noro?
It's Noro is here in Hollywood. It's
Yeah.
actually volatilized off the feces that our friends leave in the streets.
Yeah.
But it's also there's been a gastroenteritis going around.
Okay.
She had more diarrhea than you see Dr. Ken on TV. I mean, it was just like every other Dr. Ken Jeong. He does Pepsi commercials, everything.
He has diarrhea in that
No, I'm just
commercial?
saying her diarrhea was as frequent as him on television.
Ken is a friend of mine. I relax.
I love him too, and he's my
He used
doctor
to-
as well.
He used to cover it. He's not anymore because he doesn't have a license anymore.
Oh.
But when he did have a license, he used to sit in for me on Loveline.
Oh, really?
Because when he came on as a guest, I was like, that is a smart dude who knows his profession.
He
can
does.
sit in. He knew what the hell he was doing.
In my
I feel bad that he gave up his license. He should have kept practicing at least one day a week or
when I was detoxing off of Vicodin, he was the only guy I called, and he helped me through that.
He knows what he's doing.
He's amazing.
Super smart guy.
So you think that you have some American virus that
Probably.
you caught?
Well, and then I had this brief moment of paranoia because I was in the shower and I was washing my asshole and something was protruding from it, and I pulled out probably was undigested piece of food,
But it might have been a worm.
immediately,
Might have been
immediately
a
I was like,
worm.
it's a tapeworm.
Not
And
a
I thought-
tapeworm. Ascaris.
Oh, Ascaris, because
because you can get that over there.
Yeah, it's the most common one in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But then it looked flat and white, and I was like, "Wait, what is the incubation?"
It's a proglottid from a tapeworm.
So
Ascaris?
So Ascaris is the most common
like a
one
character
in the
from the movie
Philippines.
Catch
Doom,
up with her.
you know what I mean?
dude. Catch up. She knows what she's talking
So
about.
I started like Googling just the incubation period. How long does it take to be a full-grown worm? And so
Takes
I'm in
a
the
long time.
safe. Yeah, it's a long time.
Well, she's a nurse. I don't even know. She's
Not
Filipino.
anymore. No,
Okay,
no,
see,
not
but you know,
licensed.
but
no, no.
That's why you know more than
She's
him.
very. What? How dare you? Fuck you.
He loves Ken Jeong.
I know so many.
I hope she knows more. She's a nurse.
Yeah.
No, not any. I shouldn't say that. That's
What?
not. I'm not a nurse.
Yeah, but you're very. You go ahead.
Having had that training and experience, it'll stay with you your whole life, and you'll know more. Than your judgment will be different than other people's, just having had that experience.
Yeah.
When we were in Seattle, someone was dying next to us.
Oh, yeah.
At a restaurant,
She'll know what to
and
do.
she saved his life.
I'm sure of that.
It was a woman.
I didn't know because I didn't look up because what was I doing?
He was playing in his panic. He freezes and instead he turns to his gadgets and he was playing Bejeweled. So instead of saying, I was like, Bobby, call 911 while I was assisting her.
Yeah.
He then does this, turns his back to me, and just continues to.
Dude.
High score, baby.
Yeah, well done.
And do you know why I did
Well
that?
played, sir.
Dr. Drew, do you know why I did
You're a
that?
pussy.
Yes, that's obvious, right?
Diagnosed.
Yeah, but also the reason why I do it in those kind of situations, I think that I'll make the situation worse.
Right.
I'll get in the way.
Yes.
Right. I'll try to help her. I'll lunge and then trip and then fall on her heart and she'll die. Whatever.
Trip on her
might
heart.
be. Also, the third reason why is I don't want to fill out any paperwork.
Right.
So if she dies,
Yes,
I don't want
you
to
don't want the
answer any
hassle.
questions.
You don't want the
Right.
hassle.
Right. So you get why I didn't do anything. But mostly because I just wouldn't be helpful to the situation.
So when your girlfriend asks for something very specific, that'd be too much?
No, did you ask me to help?
Dialing
Yes, call
911.
Did you say that? Did I do it?
No.
She knows basic cardiac life. She knows
Yeah.
basic life support. And the
But
first
is
thing you
that
do is go, call 911.
Yeah.
She didn't know when you learn on Resusci Annie and you go first thing, you look around, assess your resources, call 911. No one ever says, and when the guy turns his back on you, then you ask somebody else to dial 911.
Touche, but can I say this for my defense?
Yes.
I had so much faith in her skills.
Wow.
Right. That I thought that, she's
well played, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
They're in good hands.
over.
But she saved that person's life.
Checkmate.
And then her mom was choking here
You have
in the
to
living
relive this?
living room, and she saved her life. So I've seen her in in
Full
real
action.
time, in full action. So
And he did make the situation worse at that time. He did call 911 on my mom, but I don't think he was actually formulating any real sentences. He was just screaming into the phone.
Is your sister a nurse too?
My sister is a great nurse. She's still a nurse. She's actually the head nurse of the county jails and stuff.
Oh my God, that is a hard job.
So she has the
Does
good.
she, at the county jail or at the jail ward at the county? Those are two
She
different
has.
things.
She's the head nurse at the Van Nuys jail over here, not Twin Towers.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the I think the super troubled ones get sent to Twin Towers.
so you know what her job entails? Her sister's?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She sees some stuff.
And she has to empty people who have just stabbed their wives to death, things like that. And they're not cuffed either. She has to see them with the cops sitting behind and her just talking to them like regular people, and she has to be absolutely not biased and just be very
Do her
objective.
job. Do
Yeah.
her job, yeah.
Just as a layperson, whenever I think of a job that entails dealing with life and death situations,
You turn your back and play.
I play Bejeweled
Yeah.
because of the fact that it's just so real and shocking to me that, like, I'm just one of those guys, I panic. Like, when we first went to the Philippines, not this time, but the last time, years ago, she had a heart
I have an
emergency.
arrhythmia.
She had arrhythmia. And I had to call, we had to get the ambulance, and we carried her to the thing. We went to the hospital. I mean, it's just, I've
have
been in
anything
situations with her where it's like,
difficult,
it's difficult.
Parkinson Wine or Levine or one of those.
No, I actually have two things. I have an SVT that I got an ablation for.
But it was not Wolf Parkinson Wine.
It wasn't
not a
Wolf.
reentrant thing. Yeah.
Because I think that Wolf, they can see that through
different.
imaging, right?
It's different, yeah.
And then I also have an occasional run of VTAC.
Wide complex.
Yeah, I
something.
actually have a wide complex as well,
Yeah.
but I have this weird run of
agree.
VTAC randomly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I
Do you
started
have-
Do you
taking.
have, do you have something implanted?
I was an athlete for 15 years. I was a swimmer. I swam Division I, and then afterwards, I think that
Did they check you for the genetics of the myosin abnormalities for hypertrophic?
they didn't check the
cardiomyopathy?
genetics, but they did ask because I'm Filipino
Duh.
that I maybe had torsades.
Oh my God.
Because that's a lot of like Southeast Asian men die from.
Did they catch the VTAC? Did they?
They
image
caught
it?
the VTAC during the ablation. They were able
Oh
to
my
catch
God.
everything.
Oh my God.
Oh, my Lord.
So they
real
just burned the
shit.
tissue there.
I'm shaking my finger at Bobby. It's like, that's real stuff.
I know, it's real. I love it.
So when people say, "Oh, I've got palpitations," like
Yeah.
you should laugh at them.
It's
Because
not that. It's
that's
not that. It's
That's
that.
not what
No,
she has.
the reason why I'm laughing, it's like if Wolverine showed his claws, right? When people think about Wolverine, the legend of Wolverine, you go, does he? And then when he shows you the claws, so you just showed me that you're a real doctor.
Oh.
Yeah, and so
I
what?
was trying to follow you,
Yeah,
Bobby.
yeah.
It was
I know you
difficult.
were. I know you were. And so when you were, throwing down heat just now with information, I thought, wow, he's legit. That's all. That's why I was laughing.
Okay, wow.
Before we get to that, we have an amazing sponsor.
Ridge Wallet. Beep, 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 beep. Future in your pocket, guys.
Oh, sorry, that was too much.
Yeah. So guys, I only use one wallet.
Yep.
And it's the Ridge Wallet. The reason why is because it's slick. It fits all my cards. It protects them. You know how sometimes wallets bend your cards.
Yeah.
It scrapes away at like some of the the lettering, the details of it, right? Some people can scan through it, but this Ridge Wallet has RFID protection.
Yeah.
It's something that we give our guests because we believe
my
in this
friends.
product, and your friends and your
you know-
family.
and this is what I do.
Yeah.
Anytime someone has a birthday and it's a male friend of mine, I give them a Ridge wallet. And at first they're like, "Oh, what is it?" But the packaging is so cool, and it comes with this little like screwdriver thing, and you can adjust it
Mm-hmm.
and make it fit your cards properly. And I always get. I'm always the friend that gives the best gifts because I give Ridge wallets.
It's
to
one of
everyone.
our favorite companies that we work with. And tell them about Ridge Wallet, my friend.
Guys, go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code BELLY for 10% off your sleek front carry wallet. Be the future with Ridge Wallet.
Ridge Wallet, future.
Back to the show.
Back to show. But she was, I think her problem started after she got breast implants.
That should have nothing to do with it.
It shouldn't, but I did start to feel exponentially more ill. This weird, everything started to fall apart.
Something wasn't right. Okay.
But I don't know really. I actually think it comes from I have this weird apnea when I fall asleep.
Jesus.
And I think it's like ever
She's about
since
to
I was
die.
a kid, and it's not obstructive sleep apnea because I don't snore.
It's a central
It's
apnea,
some
something.
weird central thing, and I always. I wake up a couple times a night gasping, and I think over time it caused some type of like aberrant circuits to happen as I got older. That's my guess.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's little hard to make that case, but I'm going with you. I'm going with it.
But she's able to, over the last year, to work, like instead, we used to just call the ambulance right away. So we'd have ambulance come over here all the time.
First name basis.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do an implantable whatever for you?
I didn't want one.
They
I thought
wanted
that
to do it, huh?
Yeah, and I thought that maybe the ablation would just do it, but I still occasionally have episodes. But
You should have an implantable device.
it scares me because I hear that they fire even when.
Very unusual these days. You fire when you need it,
Yeah.
right? And so,
I've been able to
What-
work
what-
out high
what-
intensity
what kind of antiarrhythmic you want?
at the Atenolol.
So that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother you?
It used to when I had to take it every day. Now I take it just a pill in pocket when I'm having an
It's
episode.
not even that. She takes like maybe a quarter of one.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, I try to keep it down.
Yeah.
Well, good times.
Not bleak.
But you know what? It's like with her health situation,
She's healthy. Don't make her feel.
No,
I
no,
am
she,
healthy.
no, she is very healthy. But it's also, I think I've grown by being in this relationship with her because
I hope so.
I have. Because as a comic,
For her sake.
I have.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
It's good. It's all good.
If Pinsky's your real last name,
It is.
okay.
Jewish.
It's Jewish-ish.
Ish.
That I usually, when I'm in a relationship, I'm 50% in.
Oh. So this made you go all the way.
It's not. Yeah. It's also like whenever I'm dating somebody, I'm like, I'm gonna get out of this.
Yeah,
eventually,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This will, run its course, right? But with her, I know I'm really in love with her because I just know that I'm committed.
Well, you've been
through her.
faced with like things that at least at times look like life and death, and you like feel that.
Yeah.
You
I really and it sometimes it has been scary.
I bet.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you though, when someone does go through something, I mean, mine maybe doesn't sound chronic, but something that alters their life a little bit. It did have an impact on his sexual feelings, just in general
Because
towards me.
it scared him.
Yeah, like it almost took
Like he's
him
gonna
out
break.
of
He's
that.
gonna break you.
That's. I didn't think we were gonna bring this up.
I mean,
but
this
you
is the
did,
perfect
you did.
person
He's
to
a perfect person. Okay, I gotta get real here. Yeah, I think through the experiences with the hospitalization, because when we were in Cebu, when she was first had it, we were in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
This is in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, and then by coming here, her getting her ablation operation, and then also constantly having to call the ambulance. Right there, and I think it's tied in with my pornography addiction. Right, with the combination of the two, affected. I find her extremely attractive. I love her so fucking much.
Is that part of the problem?
What?
The intensity of your feelings.
I don't know. I
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God, please tell me more, because I feel like that happens a lot in my life.
Where people get too involved with you, too intense.
Yeah, like where the love almost turns into something more than, because
Well, intensity, people confuse intensity for love, and they can get sort of overwhelmed by the intensity, and the intensity they can either get addicted to or overwhelmed by or aversive to. And intensity is something that you sort of have to watch out for. How are your boundaries? Do you have some slippery boundaries?
No, I don't.
You're good now.
Here's another thing also is that I never really lived with anyone. So with her health conditions, with this podcast, because we're in business together, we're constantly around each other.
I think that might. Yeah, we're a little too
Like
involved. I think.
she's the only person I see. I know, but all right. But I'm just.
I feel like I know your history now, and I feel like there's some couple layers of stuff, something. I agree with you with the porn getting in the way. But the porn's what you're retreating to, not to deal with whatever else is going on.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, and then here, let me. I don't know what you're alluding to.
I don't know either.
Good.
No, because I know you're a complex guy, and you've
very complex. I have layers.
And you've had a lot of
very dimensional.
And you've had a lot of trauma.
Yeah,
and with that
a lot of trauma.
all stuff,
Yeah. I'm Dr. Trauma too. Yeah,
And so something's coming back.
Okay, here's what I know for sure. Okay, that 6 animals, 3 cats, 3 dogs. Just listen. Living in such a close.
I didn't see that. I saw the gate, but I didn't see the dogs.
We have a lot.
Okay.
3 cats and 3 dogs.
Rescues.
Right in this 2-bedroom place.
Yeah.
With the health, with the porn, right? Also, here's another thing. Just here, yeah.
There's little room in my apartment between the dogs and the porn. That's all we got room for.
I know.
That's all
Maybe
I'm listening.
Yeah, and then also,
and you generally you have a little bit of a process addiction. Generally, you know what that is?
What?
Like processed, like you said it. Or you've alluded to 3 different things that are what we call process addiction. One was the Bejeweled or whatever, when it's in a real situation.
Video games
video games all part of the same thing. And then you said, social media.
Yeah.
And now porn. So it's all process addiction.
It's process.
You may have to go cold jerky.
That's the name of the episode.
Cold jerky.
Cold jerky.
Yeah.
I've never heard of cold jerky. What is?
I'm being funny, but I mean cold turkey on all your devices and things. Which will include,
oh my God! And when you sat down, right, we kind of talked briefly about it.
Who?
You and I a little bit about social media. And
last time. Oh, right in the middle.
Yeah. And so you're thinking.
Well, like every other addiction, you
Yeah.
have to go cold turkey and then see what emerges. Right? You're hiding out and all that stuff.
Oh my God, it's real. And here's another thing too, which is I think a big thing.
Go.
Is that I haven't for the last 2 years, 3 years. I've been to maybe 2 AA meetings.
Oh, dude, didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, we did on yours. And not only
So it's all this stuff.
do I have that, I'm a dry drunk on top of it.
No, you're a porn addict.
Yeah. But I know, but I don't. I'm not really working on my recovery at all.
No
right?
shit.
And I can see myself fall back into.
So that's what this feels like to me. Like what mishigas, shenanigans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you need to get stuff straight. You need to go cold turkey and get going to some meetings and see what the hell's going on. I feel like I'm looking at I'm trying to wave smoke aside, trying to see Bobby.
Right. I have so much. Right.
It's not going to be that much. It's not going to be that big a deal. Whatever it is, it's not going to be. No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
You have faced down way more.
I have,
and done just fine.
Wow,
I have another question.
Oh my God! Enough, Dave, of being real.
Please.
I mean,
let's keep going. Let's get into it.
What
now we're talking about penis enlargement. Is that where we're going next? No. I'm sorry, Bobby. Sorry.
Bobby's an open book.
I'm an open book.
He's an open book, and he's so
wonderfully.
so willing to offer that information that he has these addictions and this and this. What do you call it when someone is so clear and acknowledges their issues, and they have a lot of these oh my God moments, like when you told him right now, like that's a process thing, and he's like, oh my God, and he has a lot of these every day, and he acknowledges all these things, but it's 100% inaction, 0% actually working towards any of those things that he talks about and acknowledges every day.
Okay,
hey, no.
Well, if this is a trial, can I defend myself real quick?
Nothing to defend.
Are you the judge, though?
No, I just have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's good, right?
She's great.
Yeah, she's right.
What?
She's correct, is she not?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Okay.
Because I don't. That a codependent would go, I'm confused. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Dude, help! I gotta help him. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, he's complaining about shit. He goes to then go to meetings. What the hell? What's he expect?
But here's the thing, though. Can I just say something?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
This is that. Every time I've gotten sober, maybe 2 times in my life, right?
Maybe. I only know of 2.
Yeah, I have. When I was 17 years old, I got sober.
Yeah.
I relapsed after 12 years.
Is that guy still around?
What guy?
The tattooed guy from the guy that saved your life.
Oh yeah, I remember the cat. Yeah,
Is he around?
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah, Dan.
Just call him.
I know I should. I have his number too.
Call him.
Okay.
That's insane. You
It's
should
insane.
call him.
I should call him.
Yes. Tomorrow.
Maybe.
Commit to me.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Thank you.
But he lives in San Diego.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Okay, is the 2 times that I
That
have,
will start the wheel. That will start this thing. The 2 times.
All right. And you know what? You two. First of all, all the other ones on the thing, right? I know I seem vulnerable right now, but I'm still your fucking captain, all right? And I want the fucking respect, all right?
I got you
It's
the
fucking bullshit, dude.
Cappuccino. I got the cappuccino.
You should know
You got the
that
cappuccino,
your
right?
esteem is going up in their eyes every second here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
All right.
Yes.
But the 2 times that I have been sober I get motivated when I'm in extreme pain.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
That's when if I feel like I'm gonna die.
Yeah. I know.
Or it's life or death,
dude.
That's when I change my thing.
Who are you talking to?
I know you, Pinsky.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew
Okay.
Pinsky.
So you've done that twice.
With alcoholism
Correct.
and drug
I
addiction,
understand.
right?
You have to-
with this stuff, these issues you're talking about right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it affects, our relationship. But still we're still symbiotic. We're still in this
And
relationship.
it is partly my fault because I think I have a very high threshold for bullshit. And I do make
Threshold
his.
for bullshit.
I think that I
Like you
make his
tolerate
life.
it. You see it and tolerate it.
I
'Cause I tolerate it a
tolerate
lot.
it because it's a self-protective thing for mine. I don't want to engage and fight a lot. And I think that, especially with him, I do make his life he says he has to be in pain to change.
Yeah, yeah.
His life is not painful with me. I make things fairly easy around the house.
Does
and
she
I
need to
think
go?
that-
Does she need to go to Al-Anon?
I probably do need
maybe.
to go to Al-Anon. I think so.
But here's another thing that where our relationship has gone to
I love how we shouldn't dump this all on Dr. Juice.
It's all good.
I know
I'm good.
that he loves it. He's a doctor. There is a parental thing that's kind of happening where she tells me, it feels like my mom, right? Clean that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but listen,
You know what I mean? You can't eat that.
I'm not surprised you're saying that, and that's exactly the kind of stuff I expect to see emerge when you get all this shit out of the way.
Right.
The porn and everything else.
Right.
This kind of thing, because then when it comes during the day and you don't want to clean up, you're going to go, hey, we got to talk about this. Instead, you go, porn.
No, and I don't go straight to porn, but what I'll do is, she'll go, I'll go, hey, can I get Jersey? Because we get a lot of Postmates. Mm-hmm. So today I woke up and I'm like, I'm hungry. She's like, what do you want?
Well, stop behaving like your mom's son. Jesus Christ. Mommy, I want some Postmates.
I know, but that's
No,
the relationship.
actually, that's how
hold
exactly.
on, you've got this is the captain here. These guys can't see this.
Yeah.
That's exactly how he does it. He
Yeah.
comes out of the room in his underwear and he goes, hungo.
I do that.
And then beyond that, and on top of that, you call me, you go, mommy.
Yeah, I do that.
You're blaming her?
Right, and then she goes, what do you want? She'll talk to me like her, the
Like
mom.
your mom.
Right? She goes,
Like
what do
your
you
mom.
want?
That's what your
and
mom
I go,
talks to
I
you.
want Jewish. I want to go to I want to go to the East
Coast is what he says.
Which
I
she
want-
knows what that means.
It's
I
Jersey
want Jersey
Mike's.
Mike's.
Oh my god.
He's like, no, that's not good for your health. You're gonna die, and all that stuff. And I go, I'll get the
Oh
salad
my God,
from
this
somewhere.
this has gone fully into your mom's relationship.
Right.
You're gonna be chasing him in a field with your car bounced up.
He remembers every story. Look at that. Wow.
Oh.
He remembered Dan Irwin. He remembered the car. That's crazy. A lot of people I tell these stories they don't remember. Maybe because they're dumb comedians, but yeah. Comedians are very not dumb.
So there's a lot here.
There's a lot going on.
But it's
yeah.
not. It's not super deep. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it's all on the surface.
I'm not. Listen, I know that these issues are in play. I'm not
Do you
blind.
need to hold my hand?
No, I just want to. When I get real, I want to get forward.
Okay.
I want to lock eyes with
Okay.
you, sir. Okay.
Done.
So I know that these issues.
Then why are you looking at the table?
I don't know.
Look at me.
I locked eyes with. I got nervous. I got this guy's a pro. All right, so I'll lock eyes with you. I'm
Okay,
gonna
good,
favor
good,
you.
good.
No, all right.
Relax. It's all good.
I'm fine. All right. So what it is
You're back at the table.
all right. Yeah, right. So it's like when you're giving someone a blowjob. You
It's
you
all right.
lock eyes. With
Now I don't
and they
wanna-
look down. And
Now I
it's
don't
like,
want
oh
to
my
see
God.
you.
You know what I mean?
You're grossing me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now let's lock eyes. Now that I said
Now
that,
you're fine.
I have
Now
the
you're
power
good.
again. So
Interesting,
anyway,
Captain. Well done. Okay.
so the issues are on the table. I am not blind to what's going on in my personal life, right? But still, with all that in play,
How sad that you guys aren't having sex every day. How fucking
I know
sad.
that I still.
That's ridiculous.
I still- there's
How about
not-
the fact that she puts up with that?
I know,
Oh my God.
but still,
Dude.
I know,
Not but still, but let's correct that. It's an important part of a relationship. Really important.
I know.
And I finally asked him. I said, "Look, I'm
sick
a
sweating. Look
vital
at that.
30-something-year-old girl," and I told him, it's like, I don't want to continue to keep taking the initiative and trying to fix everything about us. So I told him, you find a therapist. You take this matter into your own hands. And I've asked you that. And then the last time I asked you, he goes, you find one. And I was like, no.
The other day.
I asked you nicely that I just need one sign from you that you're willing to.
He's calling Dan tomorrow.
He's calling Dan tomorrow.
I know, but
And
here's
he's gonna text me after he calls. him to let me know
now
he did it.
that we're talking about this.
Yes.
I want to say another thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that there was a while, maybe a year ago, or
Is this the way these podcasts normally go?
No.
no, this is great though. I like
Okay,
this.
good, okay.
I want.
Go ahead.
I
was a
usually
year
it's
ago.
surface, and usually it's talking about like his dick or whatever.
Okay.
But like I don't
This
want
is
to talk about his
good
dick
because
right
I
now.
think that him and I, when we're uncomfortable, we usually just turn to turn something silly
Funny, yeah.
because it's just a coping thing we do
It's a
all
coping
the
thing
time.
It's all good, but go ahead. A year ago.
That a year ago she would initiate the sex, right?
And sometimes that bugs women.
Yeah,
Because
I know.
it was all the time.
But it would make
She
them
would
feel
only-
unwanted and undesired.
Yeah,
and stuff
she
like that.
would always initiate it, and I
know
do
we,
it.
We as men like that because it makes us feel good, but it makes them feel like, hey, I don't. It doesn't.
Right. So when she was doing that, right, I was like, game. But then she stopped doing it because she's like, why do I always have to ask?
Right, because
Right.
she's a
and at that point,
adult
it started
woman.
dying down, And so,
Now that's
It's a-
that's another issue, right? There's a separate issue, I would say. And why do you not feel comfortable initiating
okay, now,
the separate issue?
okay, so, oh God, now I'm gonna get to the next level of reality.
Okay. She doesn't give you candy
That's not it.
the way that guy did.
No, that's not. He remembers. Wow. Oh my God, this guy.
Sniper.
Not only that, he's a photographic memory. This
No.
guy. Yeah, he knows it. He can't name. I've known him for years. He can't name anything.
We did a friendship test in the Philippines where Bobby sat George down
And I asked him like 50 questions. He didn't know a
50
single
questions
one.
about important
Well,
things
he's
about
not-
his
he's
life.
Not your friend. Anyway,
And you know what, dude? Thank you so much. And exactly. You're a user then, huh?
oh, I didn't say that
Yeah, you're a fucking user, dude.
yet. Anyway, so
Yeah. Here's the next level
Next
of
level.
things. And is that
and
I
then,
can't
then, then I have. I'll reveal something.
are you going to reveal
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
I can't get horny without taking Unisom.
Unisom. That's interesting.
It's the only time I can feel anything down there. And
Why
it's-
don't we
it's-
see a urologist and get this?
No.
checked out?
Here's. I looked it up.
No, I know what they can do.
Yeah, I know what it can do, but I looked it up, and it elevates my orgasms 20 times. It does.
Can a little bit.
It does for me.
But why? The
and
orgasmic
you know,
function
also,
is,
my brother also now
okay,
does the
but
same.
orgasmic function is separate from.
I can orgasm.
No. Separate from desire and all that.
Yeah, but I can't. I don't feel like doing it unless I'm on Unisom.
But I don't think that's what I require. Like, intercourse is one thing, but just to even sit down and kiss somebody or hold them in a way that you just don't even show at all anymore. You're very cold in that way, in the physical part of it all. Like, sex is sex, it's all great, but, just even holding someone is.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues.
Yeah, he's a very doesn't want to be
I
touched
got a
kind
lot
of guy.
going on.
He's a cat. He'll come to you when he wants to affection.
But you could do that, right?
Yeah, I've never no, but I don't want to defend myself again, but I just want to say that you're right. I used to give it more toward Khalyla, but I do have to admit that I'm just never been that way, really.
That's fine.
You know, it's like when I've had previous girlfriends, I'm not a cuddler.
I know, I get it.
hate it.
Some
You
people
know, you know when they ask for the warm towel after the sexual part, I begrudgingly
like
do it. You know what I mean?
concierge service
Yeah,
stuff.
man. I won't even. I'll put
Yeah.
the cold water on. I won't even put the warm water on. You know?
Women do that?
Yeah, some women
God,
have
I've
done that.
been-
Can you give me a warm cold because there's jizz all over my tummy? I go, well, just use the sheet, you know. But
With the tummy stuff?
yeah.
I just threw up my mouth.
On my tummy.
You need the protein, eat it. Yeah, I mean, but,
Oh my God.
Your macro.
No.
He's being
I'm
funny.
being fun. I'm being fun.
So
right now.
I remember a time when I was not as prone to initiate, and I felt undesired if my wife wasn't initiating. And then I did lots and lots of therapy, and that went away completely.
Yeah, I'm
Completely.
Okay.
And had no trouble. Like, we're
Yeah, you know-
30 years, we're together 35 years, and I'm 60.
Wow.
And it's all the time.
Your body's great.
Jeez.
I was looking at your body earlier. I mean, this guy, you're toned, bro. I mean, I'm just saying that.
Thank you.
Why are you laughing at that?
It's just, I've never been called toned before.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm a product of the 80s, man. You know what I mean? You're toned, bro.
It's like Jane Fonda workout tapes. Gonna tone up, everybody.
Yeah. I don't even know what tone
You know,
means. I just threw it out
I
there.
still have a collection of her old stuff, and I still do those workouts.
You should. What did I see? There's some documentaries about her online. They're great, and she talks about all that. Oh, so I got weirdly obsessed with her. I want to meet her and talk to her.
Is she still alive?
Yes, and she looks amazing.
Amazing.
It's
Amazing.
Henry.
In her
It's
80s.
Henry that died.
Henry died a long time.
Yeah.
But she's got a great. I saw her on Norm Macdonald's show, and
Yeah.
he was talking about death and dying with her, and she had the best attitude I've ever seen in somebody her age.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I need to talk to this woman. I just have such respect for her, and she's
Get her
been
on your
through it
podcast.
so much.
Icon.
I'm in
Love her.
hot pursuit, Bobby. They can help me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just therapy could be
But
helpful.
let me ask you this now:
did
where
you-
I don't really. Okay, so
call Dan,
but Dan's not a therapy; he's an AA sponsor, right?
and
Back-
he's going to
back in the
have
day.
you go to some meetings.
But he lives in San Diego. I haven't talked to him in
You-
like 20 years.
Cool,
I still have his number though.
cool.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to some meetings.
Yeah.
And then you're going to maybe get a new sponsor.
I was calling this guy. I texted this guy that I like a couple weeks ago. Remember?
Good.
There was a guy I liked a couple weeks ago. There was a guy I know around in the rooms.
Good.
I've always liked him. So I texted him. I go, dude, I'm lost.
Oh, good.
And I go, can you temporarily sponsor me? He said, yeah, but he texts me every day. So I texted him 4 days in a row, and then I didn't do it after that. And then he never really texted me back.
You shouldn't.
I know he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
So,
like,
so
but
some resistance here, right? Ambivalence, resistance.
it's. I'm telling you right now, it is the ball and everything is going toward me getting
Doing
healthy
something, yeah.
because it's all I can just feel. It,
well,
the
real question is, are you going to have to lose her
no
before you do anything?
No,
Is she going to have to leave whether you lose her?
no,
permanently or not?
no, because it's not fair to her.
How long has this been going on? I'm asking her.
We're on our 6th year together.
No, but I mean that's been sort of.
I think it's probably come to head in the last year.
So it's been a year of this.
Yeah.
Okay, roughly speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's enough.
And I told Oliver Hudson this, and he even said, "Go to therapy." You know.
Oliver's out of a bunch of therapy, right?
Yeah, he's
And
changed. He's a changed man now.
He's a changed man. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and he's like, and everyone's telling me that I have to do it.
I'm
And
not
like,
necessarily telling you to go to therapy. I'm telling you to reconnect with your sober peers that have been important to you. See what they say. Start going to some meetings. See what happens. See if the air clears a little bit. Once you go cold turkey and all these things that you're using to regulate your emotions.
Yeah.
And see what emerges, and maybe something that really requires therapy will emerge. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to think
I mean,
about.
if you were to go to therapy, all the therapist could tell you is, well, dude, you have to stop. You have to stop all this and go to meetings. That's what the therapist is going to say, and then we'll see where you are.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I honestly, sweet, I think, I'm just generally better off when I'm active in my recovery.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I'm just generally more grounded and more. And
I am
what?
I'm trying to think of the words. They're going all kinds of different directions, but I would say mostly shocked at that statement and the way you said it.
Why?
I just want you to look back on it again after you start going to meetings and things. You're a
Don't say it. Don't do that.
Your addiction was life-threatening and horrible.
Yeah.
And you're just generally better when you go to meetings.
Right.
Give me a
The way I
fucking break. If you were my patient, I would be all over you. It's
Okay.
not
Well,
right.
now
for me
you're
to-
leaning forward,
It's
bro?
not right for me to do
You're
this
not that
to you.
tone.
It's not right for
You're
me
not
to
that tone.
Jane Fonda? We got Jane Fonda over here?
It's not right for me to do this,
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
not going to do it
I know.
because you're my friend and I don't want to be this guy.
I want to say this to you. You're right. What? Oh, okay.
But if you're my patient, I'd be going, dude, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
You're right.
What are you generally better when I go?
All right.
Okay.
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 You made your point. All right. When you did all that.
The tone.
Right. Yeah. But here it is.
I almost flew out of my chair.
You 17
you're so lucky to be alive. But anyway, go ahead.
sober for 17
So I
years.
want Dan involved.
17 years sobriety.
How'd it go last time when you used to go to meetings? How'd that turn out?
I went out and almost died. But see, it's been 17 years.
Oh, so it's gone now?
It's not gone. Of course, it's not gone.
Okay.
Right. I know that I'm
It's
one.
It's morphing.
I know.
It's morphed into something else.
It's morphing into something else,
Yeah.
and I know that I'm in a danger spot. But here, you can admit to this. You can, but Drew, Doctor, I'm just calling you Drew. Fuck
Go,
it.
please.
All right.
Fuck that.
You have to admit to me this,
I
though,
will.
right? When
Let's
you've been
go.
sober for a very long time and you step away, you forget,
Yeah.
right?
No
and
kidding.
and a lot of times you go, hey, wait a second, haven't been to a meeting and I haven't relapsed.
Yes.
And
I must be normal.
yeah, I mean that right is just a natural thing that
No.
might occur in your brain. But you're right. I needed a reality check, and you just reality checked me. And you're right.
Okay.
What I said was crazy.
Crazy.
I understand that, but you don't have to fucking do it the way you did it.
Yes, I did.
Or I get your fucking
yes,
all.
I did. I would have been way worse if you were my patient. Trust me.
You would have?
You're
Oh, you would have
really
been angry?
Oh, I'm not just angry. I would have. Whatever came out of my mouth I would have trusted it, and I would have. A lot of things would have flown out.
Yeah.
And so
I'm scared of you. I
cut
really
it.
am.
I cut it for you because you're my buddy.
Yeah.
So
no, but here's the thing, though. It's like when I knew you were coming onto the show,
Yeah.
I didn't know at all that we were going to talk about anything personal, and I didn't think it was going to. But
I thought we were going to be funny. I thought it was going to be a
it
funny.
is funny,
podcast.
and I
Very
think people are
funny.
going to really like this one.
Well, of course,
it's really
because
good.
it's very
it's
intense,
enlightening,
very real,
and and I want this to work.
I know.
And
I do too. I want you guys to.
we're good together. And I've said this before. She recreated my career.
Do you notice he's at an emotional shift like right now, just now? Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're better right now than you were the whole rest of the podcast.
Yeah, a little while ago. You're no longer sweating on your nose.
Right.
Right? It dried up.
It did dry
almost
up. It did dry up. It did
instantaneously.
dry up.
Whatever it is, you're just
Yeah.
you're like a,
I know.
you're like-
I
you're like-
know that. I know this.
Yeah.
There's many things that I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. But the things that I do know is that I know that I haven't taken a drink or drug in 17 years.
Yeah.
I know that will always be recovering from my disease. These are facts.
Yeah.
But I also do know that Khalyla, I believe, was sent into my life. I believe that, at the time when
Oh
I
my
met
God,
her.
he manifested you too, so neither of us are really here.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
The
Well, you
time
manifested me tonight too, asshole. So, I don't know if that was so smart.
Yeah, I know.
So-
No, it is smart. It was. It's the perfect timing that you were
Yeah,
on here.
okay.
And I do know that when I met her, I was in shambles. I mean, my career, I had nothing going on.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have an amazing sponsor we want to tell you guys about.
Ow. Hey. What is that? Robinhood. Giving you arrows. Guys, Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. You take it over, bud.
Guys, the simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike.
Few easy-to-understand charts charts and market data and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. You can
also view stock collections such as 100 most popular.
With Robinhood, you can
learn how to invest in the market as you
build your portfolio, discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moments to invest.
Robinhood is giving listeners of TigerBelly a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. Sign up at tiger.robinhood.com. Ow!
Robinhood!
I have so much money. And back to the show. Let's get serious.
You know, I wasn't working.
She makes you better. That's good.
And she created this podcast for me. She created it. She made me go on auditions again. She made me. She really inspired me to go out.
Is there a depression lying behind all that stuff?
You know, there was a time where I still get really deeply depressed, and in light of social media, I compare myself to people.
Yeah.
And,
Well, comparing is the worst thing. It's how to make yourself unhappy, but not necessarily depressed. But if you're, you expose yourself to a lot of stuff, and that can hurt your brain. It can leave you with depleted neurochemicals, and you can end up with depression.
Yeah,
it just happens. So you got to. But an addict who's not in recovery when they need to be, and I'm not saying that every addict got to be in eternally. You know what I mean? You have 17 good years under your belt, and some of it was in the program, some of it wasn't. Cool, fine. But now things are changing, and now it's necessary. But an addict who is in their non-recovering mode is always depressed. Always.
Yeah.
You know that.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. At the end of the day, the problem lies in I'm an untreated.
I'm not ready to call you untreated. You're just slipping. You're slipping, and you're just slipping. That's all you need to get. You need to just get back. Get back.
Yeah, I am going to get back.
Yeah.
I want to get back. And
you're not untreated. Don't do that to yourself. Don't start beating yourself up. You have a long, amazing record in recovery, and no one can take that away from you. That is yours.
Yeah.
And it just, you got lazy or whatever, depressed, I don't know what, and it's slipping. It's all right. Happens.
It's
all the time.
Yeah. It's a very interesting time. I'm glad that we're talking about this now because there is a lot of things surfacing up. I can see myself. There's rage. There's a lot of anger. You've seen it.
Are you?
And I think you've seen it.
Are you making her your higher power?
No.
Okay.
But he's seen it too. We went to the Philippines together. I have this
irritability.
Not just irritability. I have this rage that's right at the surface, and I can feel it. Like I can feel it.
Was it here a few minutes ago? Like minute and a half ago?
No. No, because
I thought I felt it.
Did you really? Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but it wasn't the way I felt toward him.
Oh.
And the way I felt toward her at times, where she would say something, and I would have this thing, and I have to calm myself down, right? But I've never been like this.
In your life?
Not in recovery. I think that my first 10 years of sobriety, I had commitments at meetings. I had a sponsor.
So you know how the I don't know what that is exactly, but I can tell you how the recovering community talks about that. They will say there's a problem in the spirit, right? There's a problem with the spirit right now. And whether or not the spiritual program will restore you, I don't know. But there's a problem in the spirit right now.
I also, just based on like my observation, his lifestyle is very sedentary. And I tell him that maybe...
Do you want to be toned?
I do.
Well, let's work out. Let's get the Jane
But
Fonda
maybe that
videos
can
going. let's get going, dude.
It's maybe not all the root of his rage, but maybe it can be some type of outlet to
course.
kind of just lessen the rage tank a little bit.
Rage tangle. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's affected my addiction to gadgets, especially video games, because I play it a lot. Has not only affected our relationship, but it's also affected my career.
Gosh, when people, obviously you have a process thing for sure, but when people really get going down that path, I always worry about depression. I always feel like it's a way to escape depression, regulate depression.
Yeah. So you're as a therapist and as a doctor, right? Your suggestion to me is to cut cold turkey.
Cold jerky, right?
Okay.
Cold jerky.
I'm
all that
not
stuff.
your doctor, and I'm not functioning as a
Very
therapist.
difficult. cold jerky.
I'm your friend.
Hi.
And you're
Hi, friend.
unlike George, who's not your friend.
Yeah. I know. Thank you.
And you're asking me these questions, and I have some professional expertise in this area, and so I'm giving you my impressions. Okay.
Your impressions.
My impressions, based on what I understand to be happening, is you're slipping. You got to. I think Dan would pull your chain right back up on the ship. Mm-hmm. You need to get back in what you know is the right series of the rooms to go into and find your peace again. And then in order to really be honest and open and follow the direction of your sponsor, who you're going to find, they're probably going to tell you what I'm telling you, which is all that shit's got to stop, and then we'll see what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's one foot in front
of the other.
I know you
don't like it. I know you don't like just. You don't like.
I'm just trying to.
Did you like stopping drugs? When people are trying to get you to stop drugs and alcohol, did you like?
No, but here's the thing, though, dude. It's like when people would say, I remember my friend, the last time I relapsed, my friend Laban called me over to a coffee. He's like, meet me at this coffee shop, and he gave me this mini intervention. Like he's like,
he yelled at you like I did.
What?
He yelled at you like I did.
He did. He was like, dude, I can see you're slipping, dude. You're gonna die, right? And I go, fuck you, whatever. I said, you don't know what you're talking about. And then 4 months later, I hit a bottom. Mm-hmm. And I got sober, but I didn't do it. Maybe Laban.
Well, maybe you're gonna have to sink a little further here too. That's okay. I get it. I'm not.
No, I don't want to.
I won't judge you. I just know that's how this thing works, and you know that's how it works too. How much you're gonna have to suffer. How much you're gonna put her through.
I don't want to do. But here's some good news: is that we've been looking at houses. Mm.
And have a baby. That's a perfect way to solve problems like this.
Really?
No.
Bobby's like, let's go.
The opposite.
Let's get a couple babies.
The opposite.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. I'm going to call Dan, a guy that I haven't spoken to in 15 years, and go, hey, man, it's me, Bob. Oh, hey. What do I say? Like, hey, I just want to...
Well, first of all, you're going to avoid saying anything. You go, hey, just thought of you. I want to hang up. See you later. Bye. But you're going to have to say... I told a friend of mine about the powerful impact you had on my life, and I think I need a little bit of that again right now.
Oh. Damn. Oh.
No, you're not gonna get me.
You're not gonna say that?
No, I'm gonna say it, but you're not gonna get me.
Jewish.
You're not gonna. Okay. I'm not gonna go there. You're not gonna win.
Yeah, just a little taste of it again. Just a little somebody to...
You almost got me there, dude, but no way. Not you, fucknod. I'll call him fucknod.
Dr. Fucknod?
Yeah.
We're just going to go straight into insults.
Fucknod.
Straight insults.
You're not going to get me there.
Remember that rage I told you?
That hit home with me, dude. That really hit home with me, bro. I knew there was a reason why I manifested you, huh?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's too bad I'm not really here.
Yeah. It's strange because I was talking to you earlier about this. It's like, in many ways, the internet and technology, it's helped, especially comedians, to get our name out there. It's helped connect the world in a positive way at times,
Yeah.
But it's been, for me, more detrimental.
I hate it.
And hurtful.
I hate it. I know the way information is so accessible and stuff I love, but I hate it emotionally. It's horrible. It's had a very negative impact on my soul.
Me too.
It really has. The way it, Twitter or the internet becomes judge and jury.
I didn't realize that was happening either when we started all this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a root of a lot of my depression as well. I mean, I'm sure it's because of me not going to meetings and all that other stuff, but it sometimes triggers an immediate response of resentment and anger and depression. Sure. When you switch on your phone and you see...
Maybe that's why we're so screwed up in this country right now, because we're so prone to resentment and comparison.
Yeah.
And even the people with seemingly good intentions, when they post about it on social media and do the virtue signaling, that to me has been getting me the worst.
What's virtue signaling?
It's like, look what
a hero I am.
Look at the kids in Africa that I'm they're all dressed in Gucci and they're taking pictures with like a tribe in Namibia, and they're like, look, I'm the savior of all of this, and everyone's like, wow, you're doing such a great thing. But that type of like poverty porn is so. It's just all over social media, and it really drives me crazy.
When we were in the Philippines, we did a day like that.
And what was my rule? My number one rule?
I know your number one is not to post post anything, but also I also was like, don't post anything. There's no
There's
fucking
no
way.
benefit to that.
There's no benefit, and I don't want it. Right?
And we're not their white saviors.
We're not their savior. No, we helped for one day, and that's
Yeah, that's
fine.
it.
That's it. Right. Yeah, it's just even like, how did he get that many followers? As a 50-year-old man, why would I give a fuck?
I know.
You mean why Crystalia has 1 million followers on Instagram? But sometimes
and fuck that guy.
fuck that guy. yeah. He's tone as well. That fuck. You know what I mean? But
Unfortunately, he's a super nice guy.
I love him. We've been on our podcast many times. It's just I really think when Oliver did the Hoffman Institute, he did this thing called the Hoffman Institute where I know. But he did
I really
7
want to
days.
tell Dr. Drew the story about you and the Hoffman Institute.
I know.
What is it?
What?
At first, I thought that Bobby's really trying to make a
baby
change in his life.
all right.
So he was like, I need to go to the Hoffman Institute. He calls his manager and he's like, you need to sign me up. I'll need to fill out all the paperwork. I need to go there next week. Later on, I come to find out that the only reason he wants to go is because he starts name dropping. He's like, Orlando Bloom
Oh,
knows.
I see. He's going to network there.
You know that Justin Bieber was
and
just
what is it?
Yeah.
What actually is it?
I don't know. It's some weird week-long, like, they
It's not. Don't say it's weird.
kumbaya.
It's not a kumbaya, right? All I know is that
Did you go?
no.
I vetoed the decision after I heard the name dropping.
I know that Oliver, it helped him. I know that it was 8 days because they don't allow any phones.
That's a good thing.
Or social media or anything like that.
It's all good. Maybe it'll get you started towards where you need to go. But
Yeah.
if you try to supplant what you need to do, this will do nothing.
I have some work to do. I mean, I guess that's
do.
what we got out of this fucking. That's what we got out of this. I have work to do. All right. I have issues to deal with. All right. I'm not. I have some defects, and it's apparent to me. It's apparent to Michael, but I'm not that bad.
But you know
have
what?
some good traits,
Despite all of this
there we
stuff,
go. That's what I need right now.
he is
I need this. Go
he
ahead.
is the kindest,
There we go.
most generous, and gentle
Yeah.
person. Never once have we ever had a fight where he's ever turned nasty, where he's ever said anything so
Even
cutting.
when he has the rages.
Not even when in
Wow.
his rage.
Good for
he
him.
might his volume might go up, but he's never mean
Bobby,
and nasty.
I'm having trouble saying this. I'm a little emotional myself. You are one of the more extraordinary people I know. And I made that in the best possible way. Take that in. It's all good.
Don't.
Okay.
You're not gonna do
We'll
that.
talk about Dan again.
Thank you. And and I'm
And-
so
and-
okay.
And that's right. He is an
And you're
extraordinary guy.
and you're okay.
I'm okay. I'm just your manifestation. Who gives a shit?
Very toned.
No, I honestly I've just found it. I just sort of it's a real blessing that you're here, man.
Yeah, and when you told your story on my podcast, I was deeply moved by all that, and I think you helped a lot of other people with that. And now it's what it is. It's a reminder, because when you tell those stories, they're like, oh, that's how that works. That's what that is, and oh, he's through all that, and it's all done. It's a reminder that I had a recovering staff member who would get overwhelmed kind of easily, and she'd start crying to me. Sometimes she goes, I have to remind myself that I'm not normal. I have these liabilities. They're still with me. She's years and years into recovery, but she was going, I don't like that, but it's just the way it is. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good news is that we found a house
And you're
maybe.
I think we
where is
did.
it? Can we talk about
right
it?
down the street.
But don't tell everyone.
I'm not gonna tell everyone, but
Did you move out?
Where's out?
where's out to you?
That where I live in Pasadena, in that area. Less
See, because
expensive.
I actually went to high school in Pasadena.
Where?
Yeah,
And
well,
really,
there's a lot. Apparently,
closer
there's
to
a lot
South
of
Pasadena, Blair
There's a lot
High
of
School was
gangs
my
there
good school.
apparently to her,
Yes,
so
are
it's a
you
little dangerous.
So I grew up half a mile from
over there
Blair.
on Colorado
Blair?
Street. Yeah,
Blair High
man.
School.
Okay, just tell him that what Blair High School is. Those weren't the good kids, sweetie. I was only placed there because I grew up in the Philippines. I came here when
I
I was
saw
15.
gangs next to the diesel store and next to the yogurt shop.
Well, Blair's
And the blue bottle.
Yeah.
been through different incarnations and stuff.
Yeah, that's where I went to high school. And even though,
It's right by the Pasadena Freeway. So,
it was right by the freeway.
Yeah, I saw that in colors.
but it's
No,
it's what they call in South Park the shitty pot town.
Yeah.
Is that really bad?
No,
Yeah, and then
it's
I
not-
used to
it's not
live,
bad.
like, back in the day when Woodbury and Raymond wasn't very nice yet. That's where I lived. I lived in a one bedroom with my family when we first came to the States. That cost $300 a month to rent. That's how shitty it was. It was cockroach infested. But I was just so happy to be in America. I got zoned to Blair High School. Didn't know any different. Everyone was like, "This is the worst school ever," and I'm like, "Doesn't seem like it." Free education.
You were up like in Altadena?
Yeah, closer to the border of Altadena. But now they've cleaned it up, apparently.
Oh,
It's nice now. So I can't take Bobby there because he's going to be like, wow, this is not the hood at all.
Now it's where they raise horses and stuff.
Oh,
It's
really?
like a super nice.
Yeah.
Well, Jenna Fisher says come in because she lives there.
Yeah, good too.
Yeah, go too. But we'll figure it.
He has to
figure
be
it out.
closer to Koreatown because we eat there a lot.
Yeah, it's easy access. Just on the you can Uber there all easy. It's easier than here.
Drew,
Yes.
Dr. Drew.
Yes, sir.
I do the clubs
Yes.
every night. I have to be near the clubs, the comedy clubs.
No, I'm just thinking. So Brea is closer to here
Yeah,
than Pasadena.
La Brea. Where's? Oh, you mean the
County.
Orange County? No, I mean nightly, like the local Hollywood clubs that I play every night.
Okay.
Like the Improv,
Okay,
Comedy
so you do
Store, Laugh
Hollywood-
Factory.
so you do.
I do those all night, every night.
Okay.
So I need to be near them.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
But thank you.
I drive to Culver City every goddamn
I
day.
get it,
Oh
but that's
my
your
God.
choice,
Yeah.
and that's stupid.
It kind of is. But
Yeah.
it's
Damn.
So you do how many things do you do?
lots of them.
So you do a radio show.
Yep.
What's that? That's the one you go to Culver City for?
Midday Live KBC here.
Midday Live. Okay, did I say it right?
Yeah.
Then you also do that one with Tom Segura, the late night one that I
The
did.
Dr. Drew After Dark.
Dr. Drew After Dark, and then
Then
what
I
else do you
do
do?
Adam and Drew every day. Adam Carolla and I are back together.
You
Have
guys
been
are back?
together. We've been together for the last 5 years. So thank you for saying back.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for listening to that podcast.
Yeah.
I do the Dr. Drew podcast, which is once a week.
Oh my God.
I do the This Life podcast with Bob Forrest, the guy from Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah.
And then we do another one, two other ones sometimes. We do one called Swole Patrol, the health and fitness thing with Mike Catherwood, my guy who's also in Loveline. And then I do another one called Weekly Infusion that we do lots of different things with.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So there's a bunch of things.
And we complain about doing this once a week.
Yeah, like yesterday we did a Patreon. I'm like, what the fuck? It's too much. You know?
6 things.
And you worked with Diane Farr, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm on the show with her.
Oh, that's
splitting up. Yeah,
right.
me and
That's right,
Diane.
that's right.
Yeah, she's
I
great.
She's the
love
best.
Diane.
I just
She's
saw her
so
last
great.
week. Oh my
She's
God, yes.
Great. I love
Where did
her.
I see her? I saw her at the Peterson Car Museum with Carolla had a thing there. She
It's so
came
funny
back.
because we went to her birthday party and Corolla was there too. We talked. I love him too. He's a great dude.
Yep.
No?
Yep. No, he is. I mean, listen, we've been together for 30 years here, 20
Yeah,
years, 25 years, whatever.
He's bright, and so are you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, I want to be real with you. Toward the end, what we do this thing called unhelpful advice when people ask for advice. Mm-hmm. But before we even do that, I just want to say, honestly, dude, it's like I'm not really good at being real, but I want.
It's funny. You don't have to say anything.
I want to know though.
But I'm just saying.
I mean,
you're making me feel awkward too.
I like it.
Interestingly,
I like it.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
good. So,
But I honestly, it's been a real blessing that you're here.
my privilege.
I think that you helped me a lot.
I hope so.
And
I'm
you
so
did.
glad that you manifested me.
Yeah, I did, and I just want to thank you, dude.
Privilege.
All right, we do an unhelpful advice. Let's go.
Unhelpful advice with Dr. Drew.
I enjoyed the show, and I've always been a fan of Bobby since Mad TV days, and he is a comedy
Thank
genius.
you.
It's true.
So here's my problem. The girl I am seeing is scared of my penis. I showed her... Sorry. Bad timing. I showed her a picture when we were talking, and she literally did not text me for several days.
I showed her a picture while we were
Oh
talking.
God, unsolicited dick pic.
Yeah, not good.
The reply I got said, I am intimidated and have never seen anything like that before.
Uh-oh.
I am paraphrasing there. There was a little more cursing and declarations involved within the text. On hearing it, I was astonished and did my best to comfort her reaction. Where do I go from here? She seems to be afraid of my junk. This has not happened with previous girls. Regards, Carlos.
Well, then assure her that things look larger on cameras than they do.
Yeah,
in real
things
life.
things are bigger in the camera than they appear in real life. But more importantly, I just think she doesn't like the pic. She doesn't like the fact that it's an unsolicited dick pic, and
Yep.
I don't know why guys think that would be something that a girl would like. So you, as a woman, explain this to her.
God.
She showed me one that somebody direct messaged her.
Oh God, and he
Of a
had the
guy.
audacity to put his face in it, so like he didn't know how to properly crop the photo.
Right.
So his chin
So
fat.
all his just 3 fucking chins
And
in
also,
his dick.
he literally looked like Mr. Magoo.
Oh.
So he was just, but he had a thick ass dick with 9 veins. I think I counted.
Yeah, and also like
9. Why'd
you know,
you count it?
men are
I
a
just
little
did.
bit more visual
OCD
in that
thing.
way.
Wait, no.
And-
a lot more visual in every way.
And for me, that's not no amount. You could, even if I thought he was the most attractive man on the earth, if he sent me a dick pic, it's a notch down. You just automatically lose.
So
your stock goes down.
This is the information he needs. It has something to do with that, not the size of his penis.
Unless I ask for it because I'm in the middle of masturbating and I'm like, yeah, send me something to get me. You know what I mean?
But even then, I feel like women are doing that to sort of play along.
Yes,
with men.
exactly.
So
We're trying to
It's
just.
also almost he's literally sending us this to brag about his
A
own
little
dick,
Yeah,
bit of that.
exactly.
too,
Yeah.
Which is like
Let's move
really
on.
weird,
Get
like,
another question.
Fuck you, Carlos. Congratulations, by the way.
On the big penis. Congratulations.
Another listener did this one for Bobby to Cliff Notes because he knows Bobby doesn't like long messages.
I don't.
Cliff Notes for the Slept King. 1. 25-year-old male, married, 2 small children. 2. Live in a small town in California. 3. When younger, 12 to 14 years old, I was molested by an older kid, 3 to 4 years older than myself. 4.
24 years older?
3 to 4 years older.
Okay.
4. My question is, should I come out now and say, hey, this guy molested me, or should I keep it to myself? Sleeper is his name.
Well, I mean, did you see Leaving Neverland?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny because these 2 guys, the issues came up after they had children.
Exactly.
And they looked at their own children.
Yep.
And it was really, I don't know which one said it, that they said that, like,
Wade.
Wade said, I imagined if Michael Jackson molested, and all this rage
Oh, yeah.
came up.
Yeah.
And then he thought, how come I don't have that for myself?
Right.
Right?
Very, very
And-
typical.
Yeah, and that's where the issues, I think, you have to say something. I think. I don't know.
Accusing somebody of something that they're going to deny is not going to help you.
Okay.
Go to a therapist and tell them what happened and get some trauma therapy.
Right.
Then you'll decide what to do with this person.
Yeah. A side note, though, with Leaving Neverland, you did see it.
Yeah.
People are just adamantly, that are huge Michael Jackson fans, are saying, they're lying,
Right.
this, and that. And, I love Michael Jackson. I really do. I love Off the Wall and Thriller, great albums. But I was also on the fence. I don't know much about, I knew that he used to hang out with kids and monkeys and shit, right? But by watching the documentary, it seems so convincing because of the details and stuff. So there's no way to prove that he did, I guess, because there's no videotape on it.
No evidence.
Evidence, really. So how do you, when you're defending the documentary, what do you say to people?
What I say, I the same thing Oprah said, which I thought she was brilliant. I really was in her camp on when she did the post show.
Right,
Did you see that too?
yeah.
She said, I'm not going to tell you whether I know that they did or didn't do it. I'm going to tell you this is how it happens. This is exactly the way it goes down with the grooming and this is a perfect description of this phenomenon of sexual abuse of children. We're not even going to worry about whether it did or did not happen. This is an important conversation to have.
Exactly.
Good for her.
It's actually the same way that girl in Abducted in Plain Sight. How it happened. She was groomed, that little girl, to
Right.
deeply have these deep emotions for a family friend.
They're like cult leaders the way
Yeah.
they do it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
The manipulation.
How'd the candy guy do it? Just candy and that was it?
My guy?
Yeah.
Just candy. But I was dumb.
Well, you like candy?
Yeah, I love candy, but I'm also very, susceptible.
No, you just like
The
the
sugars.
candy a lot. A lot.
Dude, I honestly, that podcast was so different than the way we do it. But that thing, this right here, could be one of my favorite ones because I'm literally feeling things.
Oh,
You know,
good.
I really am.
Good.
And I'm gonna have to process all the things that we talked about. But dude, I'm telling you right now, man, thank you so much.
It's so much, it's a relief to see you in your feelings. It's like you're in your skin when you're having feelings.
Yeah.
Good for
it's,
you.
It's funny how, as a comedian, I did one earlier today with Ian.
A
and where it's-
podcast?
Yeah, and I was just like, be funny, right? When it's a lot of times, I just want to talk up real, right? And that's the trappings that I sometimes find myself in when I'm guest starring on somebody's podcast to
Too much funny.
to be funny, and I just think that it's more interesting to do this.
Oh, I agree. You were funny and real on my thing.
Okay, good.
And I feel like there were still some funny moments today that you nailed.
No,
on
I thought
pretty good.
I thought it was great.
And so it's the funny stands out when you're talking about poignant stuff. Really it feels like it's more of a discharge, more relief.
Dude, thank you so much. Give him a round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, for manifesting me. And now what happens after the manifestation?
What happens
I just
now
go back
is
to the vapors?
No, what's going to happen now is tomorrow I'm going to call Dan.
Oh yeah. Wow.
For sure. Right, and we'll see what that happens.
Okay, cool. Can't wait to hear.
Thank you. Can you stick around to take a photo? Thank you.
Yes.
Guys, we'll be right back with some housekeeping. Hello, everyone. What a great episode.
Oh man, I wanted to hear more about him, but like you saw him at like the top of his game, I thought, or who knows, his game might be a lot higher. But you saw him doing what he does well.
I mean, this one also a co-therapist over here. Like,
I'm not a co-therapist. I honestly, this is the first time in my life where, like Bobby earlier just admitted to all the things that he usually says to me. He told me right now in the room, he's like, they're all manipulation tactics. And I couldn't do that with Dr. Drew.
Could not.
He's like, I know they're wrong to do with you, but I do them anyways. He's like, but I couldn't even do that with him. He's like, you got shut down.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
said, wow,
it was
he's good.
He's good, and like hearing Bobby talk all the way you were talking and those things he was saying about like it's like I feel like she's like my mom. It was like dang, because me and Cindy have been having some communication issues, but it was like everything Bobby is doing.
Yeah.
It's like there's a little bit of the core of what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm treating her the same way. And it's crazy because guys, let's be honest, guys suck. I'm starting to realize guys just suck.
Hey, I'm still single. Stop putting that out there. Like I don't want that. Don't put that into the environment
Remember,
yet.
you have to be under 30 and ready to have a child when you date George. Don't forget that.
I know, my God.
God, George, oh gosh, look at Bryce. Be more like him. Look how sharp he's looking with that baggy shirt. Speaking of shirts, Khalyla, what are you wearing right now?
I am wearing a very exclusive long sleeve, our very first long sleeve shirt.
Yep.
Of a Bobby on my left titty.
Yeah.
And on the back, Jessica.
Christ, make sure she doesn't knock over that
Khalyla,
camera.
why don't you stand
not
up?
careful. You're going to knock over the camera,
Khalyla,
Jessica.
why don't you stand up, Khalyla?
I don't want to show my backside. I want to show her backside.
Okay. Well, we have the white, right? We have a white long sleeve.
Yeah.
And Jessica, just walk forward because the camera is right there, so you have to walk the other way. Your face is going to be seen.
Here.
Trying to do. Walk this way.
And then she
There.
doesn't want to show her face.
Oh my gosh, that's the most action I've ever seen Jessica and George have. Keep walking this way.
Shut the fuck up, Gilbert.
I have to call it out once. Can I call it out once? This is a huge moment. They haven't been together since episode 100. Okay.
They've also seen each other every family gathering,
I know.
Gilbert.
It's a joke. Jessica, come over this way. Wow, Jessica working out
This
the glutes.
is the gray version.
The gray version. Jessica, stop.
And it says, it's of Bobby singing, me walking down the street, being so good to me, yeah.
It's our Disney version.
Oh my God.
You know what? When I see that shirt, I think of this.
Copyright infringement on the YouTube? That's what you think of?
No, this is
Oh,
Marty.
we no ads on this and demonetized.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Is that a fan?
What?
Isn't that a fan?
Is what a fan?
You look fucking
Wait, we can't
stupid
play- we
walking
can't-
like that, Jessica.
We can't play a fan song?
Oh, that's a
Those
fan
demons-
song?
God damn it, George.
What?
Listen.
You said Disney, and I was like,
No.
Disney has very good copyright lawyers, my friend.
This isn't Disney. Look at what
It
everyone.
sounded. Does that not sound Disney?
Wait, hold on.
Why is everyone so angry?
Look at Khalyla's shirt and listen to this song.
Walking down the street, being so good to me. What a beautiful day it really is to me.
That's my hi-hat, guys.
Walking down the path, seeing the flower, seeing the birdies fly on my head. Walking down the street, happy together, feeling good.
This is the best part.
Feeling good, feeling good. Welcome to
Guys, shout out to Slept Kingdom Sleeper. Oh, okay. His name is Marty B Music. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at Marty B Music. He made this wonderful rendition of Walking Down the Street. And to accompany that song, we have this beautiful shirt. So guys, be on the lookout at our social media for this amazing long sleeve. We have some other exciting things like maybe a new pin, maybe some stickers. Who knows? Any reverse shout outs before we go?
We don't do reverse anymore. I want
Okay.
to be. I want to do. We're a positive Christian podcast.
Yes.
I want to do a shout out to. What do I want to shout out to? Does it have to be people we don't know?
Give me a shout out to the Lugao Project or something.
Oh, that's
we
right.
We want to give them.
If you guys want to donate to a good cause, I actually the people that we worked with in the Philippines to feed the kids is called the Lugao Project, and she's a woman. She's like an ex-journalist and who now makes it this is just her passion project. She cooks a lot of the food herself, and she goes out on the weekends to these places like dump sites. And she feeds the kids. She does it sometimes out of her own pocket, but it's a small organization. I don't even know if she has a link where you can donate. I'm hoping she does, but if you look it up, it's called Lugao Project, and it's specifically in Cebu. Don't mistake it for any other Lugao projects.
Yeah, I hope the.
And her name is Liv.
Liv, like Liv Tyler.
Yes.
George, any shout outs or anything?
Nope, sorry I yelled at you, but that's a testament to the song. So Marty B, great song. It sounded so Disney.
I was
to me.
like, oh my god, why does George hates this Slept Kingdom member?
Shout out to my sister. I haven't eaten in 2 days.
Khalyla, bring the food in here.
And she's about to feed me some Lugao. Oh, how fitting. We just said
Like a
Lugao Project. Shout out to the fucking ascaris up my butt.
Yeah, shout out to the.
Shout out to the amoeba that's running through my system. I am currently very sick.
Yes, guys. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the Lugao Project, you can actually go to Facebook and search Lugao Project. It actually has a Facebook, and you can donate money and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
So guys, that's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at TigerBelly, on Twitter at the TigerBelly, and email us any questions like unhelpful advice or just concerns to the TigerBelly@gmail.com. Khalyla, where can people follow you?
At Calamity K.
George, where can people follow you?
Get anything you need anytime. Download the Postmates app and save with code BELLY. Also, ridgewallet.com, promo code BELLY, and Robinhood, tiger.robinhood.com. Just a reminder of all the
sponsors. Make sure you get those.
them.
But where can we follow you, George?
George_Kimmel on Instagram.
Hey, Big B, where can we follow you?
Bryce Halleck.
And if you guys don't know, there have been Philippines Patrons. They're very funny. Go to patreon.com/TigerBelly to hear those audio files. Bye.
Syukuluki mo kisalaman, fit ang bukugani ay makabalo.